So this comment on one of my YouTube videos says, "Hey Tom, can you comment on why there is very little, if any, talk about employers who hire undocumented people?" Predominantly because nobody has ever wanted to come down, neither side of the political aisle has ever wanted to come down on the employers so that they could keep that pipeline of free money coming into the federal government. So both Democrats and Republicans on the federal level have never truly been interested in stopping undocumented immigration, because there have been millions of undocumented immigrants that work taxable paying jobs in this country and generate revenue for the federal government that they can never collect the benefit of. So they pitch into the unemployment pool, they pitch into the Medicare pool, the Medicaid pool, the Social Security pool, and they can never draw on any of those benefits. It's a pipeline of free money. It's been that way for decades. And the employers are the ones who keep that pipeline of free money coming in by continuously hiring undocumented workers. I know I worked for a handful of them who hired hundreds of undocumented workers because they couldn't find American-born workers to do the jobs. But all of those guys got a taxable paycheck. Every Friday, I went around and handed out taxable paychecks to the crews under my supervision. The office generated the paychecks, handed them down. I then took them around and handed them out to people. Were all of those guys undocumented? A significant portion of them were. Did they still get a taxable paycheck? Yep. Now you can do it through something called an ITIN number. You can pay your taxes, not get a taxable paycheck, but you can pay your taxes through an ITIN number. Back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, when I was involved in all of this, the way it worked was undocumented immigrants came into the country, and at some point in time, they would buy the necessary documents it would take for them to pass, the eye test to get employed. And back then, it was about $1,000 for a set that included a driver's license, a green card, and a Social Security card. They would just generate random numbers to put on a Social Security card, and they'd put your picture on a driver's license and a green card with that matching Social Security number and information, and off you went. $1,000, you had all the documentation. And then they would bring that documentation to a place like our company, where I worked, and they would say, "Hey, I want a job." Fill out an application. You'd sit down and, "Hey, you got any experience?" "I did a little bit here, a little bit there." "Okay, great. Boom, boom. Give me your documents. Xerox them. Send them off to the federal government. Put that fucking guy to work." About 3 months later, you'd get something called a does not match letter, which used to be the IRS would send you a letter saying, "Hey, the name and Social Security number don't match." And that's where it ended. No enforcement, no follow-up. Just, "Hey, you need to be aware these don't match." Okay. And that's where it was. They wanted that revenue. Billions of dollars of revenue flowing from the paychecks of undocumented immigrants into the federal government. Free money. That's why they've never historically gone after the employers.